Hey, welcome back to our channel where we explain how things work. Today, we are going to be explaining the parts of a car tire. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. We start this week's episode with a view of a modern SUV tire mounted onto its wheel. Let's begin by zooming in on this tire. We want to see the different parts of it. We will start at the top here with the tread. This is the part of the tire that actually touches the road. You can see all these little grooves and patterns here. Those are there to help push away water so that you maintain traction on wet roads. The tread also has these sipes. These are small slits cut into the tread blocks, or the bigger sections of the tire. The sips increase the tire's grip in snowy or icy conditions. When you look at the tire from the side, you will see this bulge here. This is called the sidewall. The sidewall protects the internal structure of the tire while also giving it flexibility so that you can make turns. And finally, the sidewall also helps absorb shocks when you run over stuff like potholes, which is something we do a lot of here in the city. Moving on, right next to the sidewall is the shoulder. This part connects the sidewall to the tread and helps support the weight of the vehicle. It also provides stability during cornering. Moving down now, you can see this black circle here. This is the bead. The bead is made of a stiff rubber and sits inside the wheel. You can see the wheel is sort of bent outwards here. That is so that the bead can fit inside of it. There are two main reasons why the bead is important. First, it keeps the tire securely attached to the wheel. Second, it maintains the shape of the tire when it is not inflated. Next to the bead is the metal rim. This is what you see when you look at the edge of the wheel. Now moving from the outside of the tire to the inside of the tire, we have the carcass. The carcass provides the tire with its strength and supports the load of the vehicle. It is made up of several layers of fabric or steel cords, and these cords are embedded in a rubber matrix. Finally, on the inside of the tire, we have the inner liner. The inner liner is a thin layer of rubber that prevents air from leaking out of the tire. It also acts as a moisture barrier protecting the tire's internal structure from water and other chemicals. So let's take a quick recap of everything we have learned so far. We have the tread, the sidewall, the shoulder, the bead, the carcass, and the inner liner. Now that we know the different parts of the tire, let's put it back on the wheel and rotate it as we highlight each of these components. As we rotate the tire, you can see the light hitting the rubber. You can almost feel the texture of it. We want to zoom in on some of these highlighted areas and reveal the different parts of the tire. Now let's take a closer look at the tread. You may have noticed these grooves in the tread. These grooves serve an important function. They help to channel away water and other debris from the tire's surface. This helps to maintain traction on wet or icy roads. It also reduces the risk of hydroplaning, which is when a tire loses contact with the road's surface due to a buildup of water. You may also notice those sipes we talked about earlier. They are those small slits that increase the tire's grip in the snow and ice. The sip is designed to interlock with the road's surface, providing additional traction. In dry conditions, the sipes also help to stiffen the tread, improving handling and braking performance. Next, let's take a look at the sidewall. You may have noticed these raised sections on the sidewall. These sections are known as the crown, and they provide additional strength and support to the tire. They also help to protect the tire from external damage such as impacts from curbs or potholes. The sidewalls are also designed to absorb shocks and bumps in the road, providing a smoother ride for passengers. Finally, the sidewalls contain important information about the tire, including the tire size, load rating, and speed rating. Next, we are going to take a look at the shoulder of the tire. The shoulder of the tire is an important component that plays a critical role in handling and stability. The shoulder of the tire is responsible for supporting a significant portion of the load and helps to prevent the tire from deforming excessively during cornering. Additionally, the shoulder of the tire provides stability during lane-changing maneuvers and helps to reduce the risk of skidding. The tread and shoulder of the tire are also designed to provide good traction and braking performance on both dry and wet roads. The grooves and patterns in the tread and shoulder help to channel away water and other debris, which helps to maintain traction and reduce the risk of hydroplaning. Next, let's take a look at the bead of the tire. The bead of the tire is an essential component that helps to hold the tire in place on the wheel. It consists of a stiff ring of rubber and steel that fits into the wheel's rim. The bead of the tire is responsible for maintaining the shape of the tire when it is not inflated and helps to prevent the tire from slipping on the wheel. Additionally, the bead of the tire contains a chemical known as a sealant, which helps to seal small punctures and prevent air leaks. The bead of the tire is also designed to provide a strong and secure connection between the tire and the wheel, which is important for safety and handling. Next, let's take a look at the carcass of the tire. The carcass of the tire is an essential component that provides the tire with its strength and stability. It consists of several layers of fabric or steel cords that are embedded in a rubber matrix. The carcass of the tire is responsible for supporting the load of the vehicle and withstanding the forces generated during driving. Additionally, the carcass of the tire provides flexibility, allowing the tire to absorb shocks and bumps in the road and provide a smooth ride for passengers. The carcass of the tire is also designed to be resistant to punctures and tears, which helps to ensure the longevity of the tire. Finally, let's take a look at the inner liner of the tire. The inner liner is a thin layer of rubber that lines the inside of the tire and protects the internal structure from moisture and other chemicals. It also helps to prevent air leaks and maintain the tire's pressure. The inner liner is an essential component for ensuring the safety and longevity of the tire. Now that we have taken a closer look at each of the components, let's take one last spin around the tire and highlight each of these components again. We will finish off this episode by taking a 3D cross-section view of the tire. This will allow us to see the internal structure of the tire and how all of these components work together. In the center of the tire, we have the steel belts. These are strong steel wires that provide additional strength and stability to the tire. The steel belts are embedded in a layer of rubber and are arranged in a crisscross pattern. Next, we have the ply. These are layers of fabric or steel cord that are placed at an angle to the direction of travel. The ply provides flexibility and strength to the tire and helps it to absorb shocks and bumps in the road. The steel belts and ply are then covered by a layer of rubber known as the tread compound. The tread compound is a soft rubber that provides traction on the road surface. The tread compound is also designed to be resistant to wear and tear, which helps to extend the life of the tire. Finally, we have the air chamber. This is the space inside the tire that is filled with air when the tire is inflated. The air chamber is what supports the weight of the vehicle and provides a smooth ride for passengers. Thanks for watching another episode of How It Works. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and leave us a comment. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss an upload.